We're back. It's now Jack's turn.
All right, Jack's turn. First in the NFC East. I know people are down on them because of Zeke Elliott missing 6 games, but I'm picking Dallas. Dallas is the best offensive line in football. They still have Des Bryant, Vic Beasley.
Cole,
sorry, Vic Beasley is his cousin. Kidding. They have a lot of good players on the Cowboys, and Alfred Morris will fill in and do a good job, I think. And McFadden, who's ran for 1,000 yards for them 3 years ago. So I picked them 11. Second place, you know what? Second place, everybody's so high on the Giants. You know what? I'm going to be on the team that made the playoffs 2 years ago, the Washington Redskins at 9-7. The Redskins have a good quarterback in Kirk Cousins. I know they lost their receivers, but I think he'll adjust. I don't know. I think I like the way they're run by Gruden's brother, so we'll see. 9-7. After them, we'll go with the Giants at 9-7. They did pick up Brandon Marshall, the good Brandon Marshall, not the one for the Broncos. The one that doesn't kneel down at the national anthem like the fool on the Broncos did, which just is annoying to be disrespecting our country with the $10 million you're making. You're not suppressed.
Is he really making $10 million?
He probably makes at least 7, whatever it is. And also, they still have, even though I can't stand him because he's such a jerk,
Odell
Beckham
Jr.
cocky with his little shimmies and all that other crap. I can't stand it.
And he hugged the
He's a
kicking
big
net.
clown. But he's great. 9-7. In Philadelphia, I like Carson Wentz. I think they're improving, but I think they're going to be 7-9.
Same as last year.
Yeah. Now I do it in the division I do the Saints division next.
You're doing it wrong.
This is how I pick it. The Saints. You know what? Speaking of the Saints, I love Drew Brees. I always have. They're going to win the division at 10-6.
Really?
I just think they'll bounce back. They have a good enough offense. They'll score 475 points or so. The defense has been bad, so it has to get better at some point.
Or do.
So 10-6. The Falcons are going to tie them at 10-6, but lose the tiebreaker because I still think they're talented. Matt Ryan had an excellent season last year, winning MVP. They do have awesome receivers in Julio Jones and Mohamed Sanu. They can run the football. I know they have 2 guys. I don't remember their names.
Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman.
One of them is better. Devontae Freeman's the better running back.
Coleman's the third down guy.
Okay, but they're both good though. They're both capable of starting. Their defense with who's the guy that rushes the passer?
Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley. See, I mixed him up with the other guy. He had like 16 sacks last year.
Led the league.
So Carolina will improve to 8-8. Cam Newton, inconsistent. He's another one that's a crybaby that pouts when he loses. I'm not a big fan of his.
How many rushing touchdowns do you think he'll
I
have?
remember one. Let's do the Super Bowl. Wait. Good job, Cam.
You lost the Super Bowl.
So 8-8. They have some talent. Last place. I know people keep high on them. I'm going to Tampa Bay 7-9. I just don't know they have enough. They're not awful, but they're average. All right, now let's go to the Bears division. I'm just saying that. Green Bay 12-4, best team in the division. Might be the best team in the league. I'm not a huge Aaron Rodgers fan because of his attitude, but as a player, he's awesome. He threw 40 touchdown passes. He's been a consistent good player for about 10 years now. He won a Super Bowl. He's kind of had a couple chances that he should have won other ones, but he didn't. He's got to step up and win one at some point. We'll see if it's this year. Also, what's his name? 87, good receiver.
Jordy Nelson.
And the young kid, too. Who's the young kid they have who's been there 2 years?
Devontae Adams,
decent. All right, so 12-4. Second place in that division. I'm going to go with Minnesota. I like Minnesota. I like their defense. I think they're tough, hard-nosed. Bradford's a decent quarterback. He's not great. I don't know what Teddy Bridgewater happened. His knee must have torn in 10 spaces because I was hoping he came back. I like Bridgewater. Can they run? They losing Adrian Peterson hurts. Where did he go, by the way?
New Orleans.
There you go. There's another weapon for the Saints. I like that one because I picked them to win the division. 10-6 for Minnesota. All right, the Detroit Lions, the forever inconsistent team that's never been to a Super Bowl. It's been 51 years, even though Stafford's a good quarterback. I just think that they're very erratic. 8-8. They'll score some points. They'll give up some plays.
Have comebacks?
Yeah, he's good. I like him. Give me over Trevor the Traction Engine. Come on. And then let's see.
The Stinky Bears.
The Bears are going to be 3-13 because they're dreadful. I don't even know who's on that team. They have a couple good guys on defense. When I saw the preseason game against the Broncos,
Danny Trevathan.
Who's the guy? Mike Glennon's going to be quarterback. Good luck, pal. I remember him watching him too. He's another chicken. Not very good.
I need
By
to
the
go
way,
get the ball.
too, all these demonstrations are for fun. I have not even near the talent of Alex Smith or anyone else.
I
It's
will be
supposed to be for fun because these guys can frustrate you.
Let's go
All
watch
right,
the
next,
football.
Next. So, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago. Okay, last division. Here we go. Easy.
Seattle Seahawks.
Easy. 12-4 Seahawks. They're clearly the best team. I'm a huge Russell Wilson fan. I picked him to win MVP last year. In the first game of the year, he turned his ankle.
But he still
I think
manages.
he could do it. He's an excellent quarterback. I love the way he can run around. Remember this stupid play when he threw the pick? All he should have done was go. And they win the Super Bowl against the Patriots. Instead of Pete Carroll with his, let's throw the ball in here. I'm not going to throw it. Who am I going to throw it to? The air?
Me.
You can't catch it with one hand. It's that hard. Okay, 12-4. Next, Arizona, another team that's just been getting worse the last couple of years. They were good 2 years ago, 8-8. Carson Palmer's getting old. He's a decent quarterback. They have, what's his name, David Johnson? He's a good running back, really. He can catch and throw the ball. They still have Larry Fitzgerald, who's getting older, who I like as well.
Who's another Hall
Good
of Famer.
offense, absolutely Hall of Famer. Good offense, defenses, eh. Matthew mentioned earlier about 5 guys they lost. I don't know who any of them are. Next, I like the Rams' talent. I'm hoping Jared Goff does well. He's got the skill. He reminds me an awful lot of Paxton Lynch, and maybe that's why I like him.
Except Paxton Lynch stunts.
Paxton Lynch is worse than him, though.
Paxton Lynch is going to be a bust.
I'm going to say 7-9 for the Rams. Defensive coordinator is Wade Phillips, which should help. Just that alone with all those good guys. Aaron Donald, Robert Quinn, who ruined Peyton Manning's career a couple of years ago.
He's still playing.
No, Robert Quinn didn't ruin his career. He ruined Peyton Manning's career. He was never the same.
No, I mean,
he hit him on the thigh. He never played as well.
No, I mean, is Robert Quinn still on the team?
I think he is. I don't know. I'm hoping he is. He's a guy I've always liked. Aaron Donald's there. We know that. And San Francisco, they are horrible. I don't know who's worse, San Francisco, the Jets, or Chicago. That's going to be the #1 pick there. San Francisco, 2 wins. I don't even know who their quarterbacks are. I don't know who anybody is on that team. Is it Brian Hoyer? Ugh.
Maybe, I think I figured out who
Didn't they draft somebody?
Maybe, Jim Harbaugh screwed them up.
Maybe, I don't know. So, all right. Seeds. Saints won. Sorry.
Saints won.
Seahawks won. Green Bay 2. 3 for the Saints and 4 for the Redskins. 4 for the Cowboys. Wildcards.
5 Minnesota.
Minnesota for sure. What did I pick for the Redskins record?
7. 9-7.
Did I pick any other 10s? I don't remember.
I think you picked Minnesota.
Yeah, that's 1. What's the second 10? Did I do another one? I can't even remember because I'm too old, guys.
The Giants.
Did I pick the Giants?
No.
No, I picked the Giants to go 9-7 and lose the tiebreaker. The Redskins. So the Redskins and Minnesota. And Super Bowl,
52.
much as I don't want to say this because I'd rather have Seattle make it over them, the rematch is going to be from a couple of years ago. Green Bay's going to make the Super Bowl against Pittsburgh. It's going to be a rematch of the 2010 Super Bowl. Guess what? Steelers win, 34-31. You
In
heard it
overtime?
here first. No, not overtime. All right.
This video is not sponsored by any of the NFC teams or the NFL.
Stop
Thank
it.
you.